What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the live event. Tonight's event, as the title suggests, is a giveaway. Just a normal average giveaway. It's the same thing we always do. You know, nothing super crazy going on tonight. Wow, there's 100 of you waiting. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Just getting this all together. Thank you. How is everybody tonight? Just waiting on my screen to update on this end. There she goes. Okay. Oh, the audio's still on. There we go. I'm gonna put a few other things out here. Yeah, let's do, to fill out the screen, the Strider. XM18 up in the corner, I think. Maybe the Umnum's on back here. Just subtle little details. Not necessarily any reason to add specifically these knives. Maybe we put the Shaman right here. Maybe we just put that little guy right there. And then what else should we do? I think maybe we'll just scoocherooski the old Ritter Hogue right there. There we go. All right. Oh my gosh, that was almost painful. Sorry, I'm moving. I'm just giving these a little scoot here, guys. Little scoot. Sorry about being late. Maybe I should go later. Why are there so many of you guys waiting? Usually there's like 50. There's 100 of you waiting tonight. Has we sent you the Dalibor Bergam collab yet? Listen, I got a funny story about that. Thanks for asking, Goku. Tomorrow morning, you're gonna get a video of me like going over new arrivals at Blade HQ, and I stopped to specifically talk about that knife. I was so surprised. Was anybody else shocked to see that Dalibor and we collaborated to make a hyper impressive integral? So, I messaged we immediately and I said, "Hey, are you guys gonna send me this?" And they were like, "Ooh, we gotta see if one's available." And I was like, "Come on." They must have been super cut. They might as well have been like, "Yeah, we don't really need your help pushing that one out, so probably not there, fella. Have a nice day." I'm kidding. They didn't say that. They were real nice about it. I'm gonna end up buying it. 100%. Oh my gosh, that's right up my alley. But yeah. Very cool. The Ator, super cool. Great price. Hello. Yes, there's a sneak peek on my prototype on Patreon. The first real images. It is a huge tease. Just right off the bat, people are going to say, "Oh my gosh, he is promoting his Patreon. He's promoting a tease of his prototype of his Patreon, trying to get people to pay $1 to go look at some teasy pictures." They are super teasy pictures. Do not join my Patreon. Don't pay me just to look at some teaser pics, okay? It's there right now. People were talking about it in chat. Don't do that. All will be revealed at some point in the very near future, so don't do that, please. I don't want anybody getting the mistake that I'm trying to scam people into go peeking at my my prototype. Patrons have already seen it, and they'll tell you, they'll say, "Hey, he zoomed up way too close to give any good details." This is an elaborate sales pitch, MC. You are a used car salesman, we know. Don't try to do mental jujitsu on us for the dollars in our pockets. I'm not. I'm dead serious. Don't do that. Join my Patreon for different reasons. There's a ton of benefits on Patreon. If you're going to join my Patreon, do it for the benefits. Don't do it for that. It's a solid-looking knife-shaped object. I haven't been teased like that since high school. I do know how to... I mean, like... So, let me tell you... Thanks for the donation. One skill, I guess, that I've developed being a content creator, and it's something that happens to everybody, I think, naturally. If you're in front of, tens of thousands of people a day, I'd say that's pretty, I think, on average, like long form content on this channel gets, I don't know, like 40 to 50,000 views a day, and then like everything combined, I think it's getting to, like, if you count shorts and everything, I think the channel gets like 200,000 views a day. That's a lot of people. If it's one skill that you will develop, like being a content creator, is no amount of people can peer pressure you into doing something. It's whether or not I want to do it. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but I'm so excited to talk about my prototype, and I have a plan to unveil it, and I know you guys will love it. And also the part where you guys benefit, because I mean, obviously eventually you'll be able to buy my knife. To celebrate the 500,000/600,000 subscriber event, I'm going to be giving away one of these special prototypes, and alongside some absolutely epic prizes. So now that it is here, this next week I will unveil the prototype. I will showcase the rest of the giveaway items, which are insane. And then next weekend we get to actually do the event, which means by next week you could have your name drawn for any number of knives that are nearly or well over $1,000 in value. It's going to be really, really cool. I'm so happy that this could all culminate together. This could all come together the way that I wanted to. It's just such a spectacular feeling to have this all come together like a spirit bomb while Frieza's not looking, distracted, and you throw it at the back of her face. Still confused about that character in Dragon Ball Z. Really excited tonight, guys. Really excited. Dude, it's so cool. Like, Neves has a design out. Tri-State has a design out. There's a number of people that are doing things. Like, this is... There are ways that you could describe this period of time in the knife world as really crappy, but there are other ways you could describe it as really exciting. No matter what's going on, it's a balance. Like, it's a teeter-totter, you know? I know Frieza's a dude, but I mean, tell me if you grew up with Dragon Ball Z and you're like, is that a girl? My kids refer to Frieza as her, and I have to explain. I'm like, Frieza's a boy, and my son always looks at me like, well, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, 100% that he's referred to as a he. You know, I think more so what matters more rather than gender, because I don't really give a crap. What matters more is that Frieza is depicted as evil. Frieza is the antagonist. Oh, wow. A whole bunch of memberships just came through. Thank you very much to Bradford Mitchell for donating those memberships. Super kind. Funny story. I got to share this. One of the guys who won last week, maybe he's watching right now. I think it was like named Just a Dad. So I read his email because I shipped his winnings off this morning. Sent me an email and he said, I got to tell you a funny story. I was watching the whole time. I've been watching your channel for like 6 years, and my 6-year-old daughter was with me watching the live stream, and my wife like asked me to come upstairs and help with something, so I left towards the end, and he was gone for the moment that I drew his name, and his 6-year-old daughter was still watching and ran upstairs screaming, "Dad, you won!" And he said in a panic, he like checked his phone and went back, and he was so pumped. I love reading stuff. It's so funny. That's so cool. That put a huge smile on my face. His 6-year-old daughter saved him. She was like, that's me and my dad. Like their picture blown up there on the screen, on his profile picture. Is the Severn still in the running for you, Knife of the Year 2024? Well, so if the Severn releases in 2024, absolutely. This is way too good, guys. The Severn is absolutely spectacular. I mean, this is amazing. And here's the other thing that's really cool. So, my mom, maybe my mom's watching right now. Like, she has a problem deploying. Well, I don't think it's so much deploying. I think it's like disengaging lock bars and like anything that's high tension. You know, and that's a real thing. Like, I mean, like whether you are just like a lot of knives like that are really easy for me to disengage, I realize are not as easy for other people. And the nice thing about the Severn is it is beautifully easy to disengage the locking systems. And my mom handled this and she was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Well, it's a Severn." And she was like, "I love this. This is wonderful." Right? And the nice thing is it's actually, because of the magnet, I'm going to throw it as hard as I can. I can get it if I throw it as hard as I can. Because of the magnet, it's pretty hard to accidentally deploy. And it's just not going to happen in general if it's in your pocket. And so this is a big deal for people who don't like the super difficult knives to disengage. That's a really friendly knife all the way around. Shay5969, thanks for your donation. Sharpen my SOCOM Bravo myself for the first time. Good for you. Good for you. That's a good feeling, right? Whoops, we're out of beverage. Some people were asking me about storms in Kansas. I don't think the big cells are supposed to hit till later, but there's a small chance that the power goes out. It's just, we get storms, so I'm gonna try to go for an hour and a half. There's a big cell coming in, so if it hits and we go out, you know. But if it doesn't, we keep going. Wow, almost 500 people in here already after 12 minutes. Hello. Oh, I got to tell a funny story. So I had another TikTok go, I guess, semi-viral. I had a TikTok get in like one day. I think it got 400,000 views, which is cool. I've been enjoying TikTok. For the most part, I think people are pretty cool. Every now and then you get a clown, but I mean, what are you gonna do? You get that many views, and it's just what's gonna happen. Over 1,000 people were like, "Are you the from my collection guy?" And they kept saying that, and I didn't understand. I haven't been on TikTok very long, and I don't spend a lot of time like scrolling on TikTok. I do most of my scrolling on Instagram. I generally post my stuff on TikTok and then just leave it. People kept saying, "Are you the guy? You sound just like him." So I'm going to do my best to describe that guy without getting demonetized. Apparently, there's a gentleman who sounds exactly like me. And unfortunately for me, this gentleman has never done a face reveal. So when I tried to tell people, like, I've done a face reveal on YouTube, they immediately said, the dude that we're talking about has never done a face reveal. And you sound just like him. Unfortunately, this guy I sound just like sarcastically reviews his own homemade Disney-themed adult male assistants. Let's call them flashlights. You heard me say all of those words correctly. Disney-themed homemade adult male assistance tools, and the word is very similar to flashlight. And there was nothing I could do. Nothing. I couldn't. I was like, I'm not that guy. I was like, no. There was over 1,000 people. This one dude was like, I swear to God that's you, and his comment got almost 1,000 likes. It's not me. But what can I do? So I guess I just gotta roll with it. Oh my God. I couldn't believe, like, I looked up who they were talking about, and I was like, this can't be real. It's real. Holy crap. No, I'm strictly into pocket knives. Weird stuff, though. You can get famous for anything nowadays, I guess. Wait, you're not the guy? No, thank God, no. Oh, I mean, yeah, like there's nothing I can do except just like embrace it and crack jokes. Somebody else like at first I was like, oh my God. And then somebody else was like, dude, like I feel like most people know it's not you, but they're just having fun with it. And probably. But for the ones who do believe, I guess I might as well make a joke out of it. You know, like TikTok might not even be there within a year. So who cares? What are you going to do? It's just funny, like, of course the guy never did a face reveal. I thought, oh, this is easy. Like, my face is all over YouTube. Like, even people who really believe it, like, they can just compare. And I was like, oh, of course. Of course he's never done a face reveal. I mean, Clifton, like, you're right, and everybody else is right. We do sound similar. But I will point out, right, our hands are different. Our hands are completely different. Our forearms, my wrists, my forearms are different, right? And our voices are similar, but not exactly the same. Have I done a face reveal on TikTok? No, I haven't. But I mean, I think anybody who wants to find it, I don't hide my face. It's just not a regular part of my content. I don't make my face, a part of my content. Part of the reason I don't is because there's just too many opportunities for people who don't like me to like create mock or like manipulated content out of it. So like my face is out there to let people know like I'm not hiding. Not that I'm against anybody who doesn't want to show their face. Nick Shabazz doesn't show his face. There's nothing wrong with that. But me personally, I don't want people to think I'm hiding my face because there's no reason. Like for me personally, I don't care. But I don't make it a regular part of my content. Yeah, I'm apparently Tom Hanks and what's the other guy? The guy from Dodgeball. Everybody thinks that I'm Tom Hanks and that guy mixed together. There's another YouTube content creator that apparently sounds like me, and I don't know what he does, but I think I just have a fairly common voice. Rosie O'Donnell? Not Ben Stiller. No, Dodgeball. I've never seen Nick's face. Truthfully, I've never seen it. I don't need to. I like to think that Nick is Batman. I like to keep that fantasy going. Vince Vaughn, yeah. For some reason, people think that I think it's some of my mannerisms or the way that I talk, the upward inflections and things. I am aware, if you've ever wondered, like, is MC aware that he has improperly placed upward inflections? Yes. I don't know why. I don't know why those come out that way. That's just a weird quirk. But for some reason, sometimes they sync up with how Vince Vaughn talks. And I'm not trying to talk exactly the same way. It's just how it is. I've never noticed it until you guys pointed it out. And you guys think I look like Chris Pratt? That's super flattering, but you guys know I'm Kroger brand Chris Pratt. Like if you could buy Chris Pratt at Walmart, it would be a Kroger, but it'd be me. You go to Walmart and you're like, oh, it's Kraft mac and cheese. Or short cheese noodle. And it's like kind of blue. It's like faded and the boxes are all kind of smashed. It always has funny names. Like the off-brand cereal. We grew up with the off-brand cereal. Cocoa Puffs or chocolate rice crisp. Cocoa Crisp rice. And it's just like brown box and like stock image. It tasted essentially the same. Like there's nothing wrong with that. It's just funny. I don't have anything against like buying off-brand stuff. If you're gonna, I mean, save money, you know, it's silly, but it's just funny to see the contrast. Nothing fancy, nothing fancy. It's all right. Oh, what's in the bags? Oh yeah, we should talk about that. These two, they're not my prototypes. I know you guys have your theories. I'm going to tell you guys, I did consider doing a very elaborate, like, semi-ARG to unveil my prototype, but I was like, man, do I have time for that? Do I have time to, like, post a bunch of weird cryptic videos with links in the description and cryptic messages? And I considered creating a puzzle for you guys to solve, and I thought, that would be really fun, but I legitimately don't have time. I am capable of it, though, and I would consider it in the future. But I'm not going to do that this time. These are not... The reason I'm saying that is because I did this intentionally. I wanted people to think that these were like the protos. I got to see which one this is. Oh, not that one just yet. That one's... Believe it or not, this one... These are both Scots. This one is actually even more special than this one. But what you're about to see is truly shocking. Yeah, that's... That is a Francois. This is entirely handmade. Francois du Toit TF4 in Mocha Gain and Zero Etch Thor Damasteel. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Face reveal. Titanium liners, Damasteel clip, Damasteel polished spacer. God bless it. That is beautiful. It makes me a little nervous, I'm going to be honest with you, because it's literally a one-of-a-kind super custom. So I'm just going to wrap that guy back up, and then I'm going to show you, believe it or not, the thing that's even more special. Just keep them wrapped. I mean, if I do drop something, I like that there's a barrier there. Well, look at this. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Francois du Toit, and yes, these custom knives are super expensive, but like his prices versus his competition are so good. Look at that Damacore. Look at this Damacore. Oh my God. Look at this nasty stuff. Oh my gosh. That is so wicked. Mirrored with the etch. That's unreal, man. It is a core. You can see that core. Whoops. See that core right there? Woo, baby. Look at that. How the heck did they do that? That's wild, man. So cool. Almost got a little yin-yang in there. Yeah. Boy, howdy. I'll tell you what. Scott, he told me, he said, I'm sending you some crazy stuff. I had no idea. He always outdoes himself, man. And I just love that he sends me stuff that, like, I can showcase that. Like, there's lots of channels out there that showcase really cool stuff. But I just love that because Scott is willing and trusting that I get to show things that you can't see anywhere else, you know? So, very happy with that. You know what? I'm actually, just because this is somebody else's property, we're just gonna pick these little babies up and oh, it's my special boy. I gotta just put those right back in their pouches. Sorry, we're gonna move them on because you can't see them anyway. There's no point, right? We'll scoot something else up there. I just want to. These are really special. Love them or hate them. That's somebody else's property, so we got to be careful. Replace them with slip joints. I will not. But that's okay if you like slip joints. That's fine. No judgment. There's a whole world of custom slip joints out there. The Tri-Stash is... I should have gotten that out. I'm going to do an unboxing on that. And dude, Tri-State's knife is very good. I very much... I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm going to recommend that you guys buy it. it's extremely good. Tri-State knows what he's doing. He's no amateur. He knows what he's doing. It's a great knife. South African custom knife makers, man, like unreal. My I'm gonna speak of makers from other countries. It's Kane Grombo. No, not Grambu. The Grambu Russ. So this is the original Russ from Kane Grambo, and this is the new like compact in MagnaCut. This is mine, which I also recommend you guys buy because this new one is a hollow ground. But he had sent these things from Australia called Tim Tams. We don't have those here. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, that's always nice when people send snacks from other countries. Like, it's always fun. They are excellent. I don't know if we have anything here that's exactly like Tim Tams, but I told him, I was like, dude, my wife in particular went crazy. Went crazy for the Tim Tams. And I got a package from him. He had sent 9 boxes of Tim Tams. So kind. Unreal. My wife is overjoyed. Has already gone through a pack of them. So cool. Are they on Amazon? If you've never had Tim Tams, like, I try to stay away from sugar and stuff like that as much as I can, but I'm as guilty as the next person. They are really good. It sounds like such a silly little thing, but I'm telling you, man, they're spectacular. They're so good. Target has them. I didn't know that. I thought it was I'd never had them before, but he sent 9 boxes of them overseas. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're hyper expensive. So if you're able to get them on Amazon, get a pack of them. They're so good. Good Lord. Jason the Hitman, thanks for your donation. Budget Katsu. They're worth it over CVV Best Tech Week, blah, blah, blah. I have a few nice models under 100. I need to explore more of their stuff. I've been impressed with Katsu's ability to create knives with things like polished... okay, Katsu did a $450 polished DLC Sanmai ZDP blade with a half-polished zirconium frame, titanium frame lock, and massive Zircotie inlay for $450. Whether you like the design or not, that's ridiculous, just in terms of materials. On top of that, it's very well executed. I can say that they are very good at executing that stuff, and then putting a reasonable price tag on it. $450, I realize, is a lot of money for a knife, but when you consider the materials they're using, it's even more spectacular. Their budget side, I don't know. I gotta handle more of that stuff. Maybe they'll send me some. Show us a Tim Tam. They're all way upstairs. I don't want to leave. Not yet. A Tim Tam Slam. Pete I brought this up in our group chat, like our YouTuber chat. And Pete from Cedric and Ada was telling me about the Tim Tam Slam. I can't remember what it consists of, but Pete, being from Australia, is clearly aware of all of the tactical intricacies of snack food. Tim Tams are at Publix here in the dirty South. Bite the corners off opposing edges and drink coffee or milk through them. There we go. That's the Slam, right? Okay. That's very specific, but it's very interesting. It sounds like it would be really good. Target and Amazon has them. There you go. All right. Well, yeah. I'm telling you, it's worth trying them. They're really good. I mean, normally I'm like, yeah, it's a sandwich cookie, like great, but they're excellent. The gold knife below the link in the description is a special. It's to be a ProTech custom, and it was once very shiny. I have very, I guess, acidic hands, so this is patinaed, but it's a mirror polished. One of my most powerful autos. It's a mirror polished ProTech Rockeye. that I bought from Scott. I love this knife. Very much fully patinaed, and I think it's super cool. Rob's Nerdy Knives, what's up? Hey MC, congrats on your prototype. Thanks for the donation. If it's good, when will you start the pre-orders? What are your favorite production knives pimped out within Damasteel and Damascus accents? That's a really hard question to answer. So number one, I will unveil the knife, but I want you guys to understand that we're still working out how we're going to do pre-orders and how we're going to do the other versions. And I've not handled any prototypes of sandwich construction versions, which we're trying to do. So we got to work that out. It's still going to be just a little bit, but at least we have, like, the prototype that I've got here is 98% complete. Like, it's ready, essentially. So, TBD on that. Favorite production knives pimped out within the Damasteel and Damascus accents. Probably, I don't know, I've never heard of somebody doing a Damasteel blade on a Shaman, but I do love when people do crazy scales for the Shaman. That's my favorite knife to customize, for sure. This one right here, for example. Damasteel, like, you're talking about just accents on the knife? Yeah, probably the Shaman. Like, I've seen that before within the backspacers and pocket clips and stuff. Probably the Shaman. I have not shown it. No, I have not shown it at all. Damasteel Smooth Tie Dawn. That's awesome. I am thoroughly, this is off topic, I'm thoroughly enjoying Shadow of the Erdtree. I'm playing it blind, discovering every last inch. I have all but one matte piece, and I will let you guys know that I have, I don't think that the difficulty is all that bad, but also I'm the type of player that will use everything like within my disposal. Like, I will summon. I've got the Shadu or Scadu things. Like, I've upgraded. My character's level 226. I am not afraid to use that stuff, so I'm not like a hardcore player. And that's totally fine because that's the way that I enjoy the game. But I respect people who don't use that stuff. But I have very much enjoyed the difficulty that gives me. I think some of the hardest bosses, like Bale, took me 8 tries, even summoning. So I'm kind of a weenie boy, but I very much am enjoying it. I think it's one of the best. Elden Ring is still probably my favorite game of all time, and I think that the DLC is one of the most impressive DLCs that's ever been released. They essentially made Elden Ring 2. It's unreal. It's so good, man. 5 months at 600. Looking forward to Excalibur. It is officially going to be called Excalibur. If you didn't know, my knife will be Excalibur. I think at this point it's safe to go ahead and officially say who I've collaborated with, and you guys have guessed it. A few people just kind of like had really good hunches, and the truth is that only close personal friends knew this. But I think you guys are a lot of you are just smart enough to know who I collaborated with, and it is Kunwu. And very specifically, I need to say this. The reason that I collaborate, this is the first time I've ever said this, by the way. Most information I've given about the prototype. The reason I collaborated with Kunwu is because Sergio is a truly excellent human being, and he's one of the only people who was interested in working with me who did not pressure me at all. I talked with Sergio for over a year and chatted with him, and we joked around and we sent each other memes and funny stuff, and we just talked, and like we were buddies for a long time before we even talked about this. That's what his way, his style is just cool. He's just a cool guy, and he cares, and he likes being part of the knife community, and I like Sergio. And after handling so many Kunwu knives, you guys know, like, I'm a stickler for, when you can execute properly, you've got cool designs, you've got interesting materials, and you can really hammer down on value, Kunwu checks so many boxes for me. And as a super cautious person who really doesn't, there were a million reasons for me not to do it. And I thought, there's no way. I will never do it. But because of Sergio specifically, the only reason that I am releasing a knife that I designed is because Sergio is the person that he is. Kunwu knives are not just another brand. There's a lot of passion there. There's a lot of real. It's real. I'm not going to collaborate with somebody unless I really believe in it. And I believe 100% in Kunwu. And hearing the community feedback on Kunwu after so many people have picked up their products, I know that you guys know that too. Some people have reservations against Chinese knives, and that's fine. That's your own personal thing. But my thing is I want to interact with the person. I want to know all of that. And I got to know Sergio way before we ever discussed doing a prototype. Sergio is awesome. Great dude. I believe that you guys are all real people too. I'm just saying I've had long, non-knife related discussions with just talking and just having a good time, There's a lot of people. When I say a lot, there's a few people in the knife world that I've talked with. I'm like, this is a special kind of thing. And the few people in here who have had conversations with me, extended conversations with me on social media, you guys know who you are. There's a few people in chat here too I've made friends with, and I appreciate that. You need a new beater between 100 and 175 group cylinder, MSI, or something else. Man, there's so many weird things in there. Kaiser dominates that territory, and so does Kershaw. If you can pick up an auto, I would look, if you like autos, I would look at the Kershaw Launch 16, because that thing is killer in M4. But if not, yeah, the MSI is pretty hardcore. I do like that one. Jason the Hitman, thanks for your donation. Since you're a metalhead, what do you think of Kitty's new album? So first album in 13 years, and you haven't listened, I highly recommend. I will listen to it. I haven't listened to it at all. It's not popped up on my YouTube music thing, but I will definitely listen to it. I listen to a lot of crazy hardcore stuff. I love Lorna Shore, and here lately I've been really getting into Knonsesnse. The breakdown, if you haven't listened to Winter by Knonsesnse, if you're into super deathcore, I guess, symphonic or electronic deathcore, I guess is what I place them in. If you like that stuff, Winter is based on Vivaldi's Winter, but they turned it metal. The breakdown in Winter is bone-shattering, mind-altering. That line, he says, death encased in ice. And it's like getting hit with a comet. The impact of that breakdown and the music, it's like getting hit by an electric rainbow comet right in the groin. I was just not prepared for that. It's unreal. I love those heavy impact breakdowns. They're so cool, man. Who sings it? Well, it's the vocalist is, so it's Knonsesnse, the band, but the vocalist is Disembodied Tyrant. So it's a Vivaldi Winter reimagination in electronic deathcore, but it's Knonsesnse, the band, and Disembodied Tyrant for the vocals. And Disembodied Tyrant is wild. Super underrated. Favorite semi-budget overbuilt knife? 100%, hands down, the Cold Steel SR1 Lite is one of the most cost-efficient apocalypse knives that you... The Cold Steel SR1 Lite is ridiculous. What does that knife cost? $40? You can't break it. You can't. That thing is crazy. $40 to $45 on Amazon. Get yourself an all-purpose everything. Beat it into the ground. Shit biscuit. Thunderzord. Bologna Town. Ham sandwich. Balrog crushing Mega Blaster. That's the best way to describe it. Yeah, it's a cool, or as Ron said, it's a cool knife. Doorbell? There's no doorbell. Nope. Just me. 826 people in here. Hello, 826 people. Gravy, gravy, gravy. Big Sal. I have no idea what that means, but okay. Happy birthday, thanks. It was in June, but thank you. I'm 37. 37 years old. 3 more years, and I'll be 40. Oh, I gotta show you guys this. My son, who's enjoying making masks, he just like takes images of things and like turns them into masks. He made tonight my Metal Complex logo and turned it into a mask and has been wearing it around the house. And I just wanted to show this off because I gave him a sticker. He said, do you have a sticker that I can look at? And I said, yeah. And he even shaded. He did the orange to gold to yellow. So cool. That's so cool, man. He like knocked on my door and he was wearing it. I was like, man, that's awesome. Thank you. So cool. Hey MC, what do you think of my polished DLC Kraken on my channel? As good as the Kunmu DLC. So I've heard that. So thank you very much, Doc. So they just messaged me today and they said the mirror polished one is on its way to you. So I have the 300 and I think it's 325. I have the $325 variant that is the. I forgot to look at that. You have brought this up before and I apologize. I never went and looked because my brain is just mush right now since we have a little baby who's doing fine, by the way. But I forgot to go look, and they messaged me and they said, hey, it's on the way. So as far as I can tell, their Satin DLC is very similar to Kunmu's. There's more grind lines in it than Kunmu's, which is right. Where did that go? Right here. This is really nice. Super nice. But they have a mirror polished version that's like 500. A lot of people were confused about that. A lot of people thought that they were trying to charge 500 for a regular Satin DLC, and I kept explaining, it's mirror polished. They can't just like beep beep boop, and it's mirror polished. No, like that takes a crap load of work. Maybe in the future we'll be able to do that. But you can't just like blap mirror polish it on S90V. No. So they're going to charge more money for that. I can't wait to get it. I want to see it in person and react to it organically. But I am tempted to go to your channel and look at it. You guys can go to Doc Jekyll's channel and look at it if you want to. Do you like fixed blades? Yes. But I'm very particular. So one of my favorite fixed blades right now, just in terms of the design and the feel, is the Demco. What is this? I just love the grip. This is Magna Cut, and it has like the most perfect grip. It is such like the quintessential all-purpose outdoor fixed blade. Beautiful, high-polished, tumbled finish. Beautiful ergonomics, just perfect. Great size. So cool, full tang, all of that. I love this knife so much. It takes something really special for me to enjoy a fixed blade. Either ultra utilitarian or ultra like embellished. But, yeah. Landon, what's up, man? Been a while since I've attended a live. Been out of the hobby for a bit. Still watch every upload though. Thank you. What knife in the 300 to 450 range would you recommend for my next purchase? Do you have the Les George VECP, Landon? Because I'll tell you what I'm going after. Les George has a button lock VECP running on phosphor bronze washers, DLC polished Magna Cut knife. I said all those things in different orders, and I think they're right around 450. Either way, the button lock VECPs are so interesting to me because he's achieved essentially fall shut action with washers, and it's a mid-tech USA made knife, and I've always very much enjoyed it's the same profile as the ProTech Rockeye, and the Rockeye is what the VECP is based on, which is confusing, but that's what I would recommend right now, and it's specifically because that's what I'm going after. So if you don't have that, that's what I would recommend. Right, but it's not an auto. It's a button lock manual. The new tactile, I saw their post about it. I just have seen the post. That's pretty much it. Arcturus said Penguin is a great starter knife. If somebody in here was asking about what pocket knife to start with, he's exactly right. The QSP Penguin for $32. Start right there. That'll set the bar. It'll turn you into a little bit of a snob, but that's one of the best value knives on the market. You can go even cheaper and go with the QSP Parrot. Some people will argue that's a better knife. Pick your poison. QSP Parrot, QSP Penguin. Excellent. There's two winter blade coats out here. The Factor, this is the version 3 in their Damascus and textured titanium, which I love. And then the Severn, which is, if it releases in 2024, is definitely currently the leading 2024 knife. This knife is so good for so many different reasons. Absolutely wonderful. This is not bacon Damascus. It's actually lasered onto the blade. M390 in green titanium, which I love. You can actuate the lock with a little spring thing back here. Or these little, it's not actually an axis lock, like it doesn't utilize Omega springs. Or you can use a thumb stud. Just beautiful. Brian Winters, good lord. Any Chris Reeve? Yeah, right here. This is the knife that many of you actually funded. So Scott had this purchased and laser engraved, but Scott had this crowdfunded and surprised me with it, because I said that the Knonsesnse was definitely it's one of the most iconic knives ever, and Chris Reeve being one of the most legendary knife makers ever, being the literal father of the frame lock. If you didn't know, Chris Reeve invented that. That's the Reeve integral lock. So the Knonsesnse, in my opinion, being his best work, is super important. And this was, it says, sorry, I'm waving around, it says from your 100,000 friends. That was my gift from you guys, whether you realize it or not, for hitting 100,000 subscribers. And thank you for that. Did you see in your Patreon my Bruce Shaw engraved Demco 8020? No! You got a Bruce Shaw? Man, that's epic. I'll have to go look at that. That's cool. Thanks for the donation there. I will definitely go look at that. Bruce Shaw, famous engraver. Didn't know anything about him until I had the Bruce Shaw engraved XM18, which is definitely one of the wildest knives I've shown here. Have a plain tie laser bacon on the way? Heck yeah. Yeah, you'll love that. You'll love it. The Severn is spectacular. I might have missed it, but did you ever find out what happened to the custom fixed blade you had made that was lost in transit? My apologies if you've covered that and I missed it. I have, but I don't mind covering it again. Yeah, it's lost forever. Somebody out there has a truly one-of-a-kind custom dagger that's worth well over $2,000. It was stolen in customs. 100% was stolen by somebody who works in customs. U.S. Customs, because it made it here and then vanished. So I don't know who ended up with it, but I'll tell you what, if it ever pops up, you'll know. If you've seen that thing, purple and green, it's a patina, a polished patina on proprietary Damascus that was like chemical. It was brought out with chemicals. It's one of the most beautiful daggers ever. And I lost $2,000 and that sucks, but I feel bad for Bastion Knives who put so much effort. He built a custom forge, or not a custom forge. He built a custom like thing to lay it in the chemicals, like because the blade was so long. So he had to go out of his way to build something to be able to make it for me. And it got lost. It just got lost. Not his fault at all. It's just some idiot was like, oh, this is mine. This is mine now. I don't know. What are you going to do? It happens. I was real bitter about it for a while, but I've just accepted that it happened. I mean, obviously, I'm a pretty fortunate person. I'm in a position that I never could have hoped to be in. So I'd rather focus on the positive. You know what? Let's cap that off with whoever stole it, I hope they really enjoy it. I hope they love it, even if they don't know what they have. I hope it brings them joy, you know? That's the best I could hope for, is that maybe they needed it more than I did. So I hope it brings them joy. I hope one day they regret selling it and they give it to somebody they love. If I found out that that's what happened, if it never got sold at a flea market, if I find out that the person who stole it felt bad and gave it to a loved one, that's the best outcome that could happen. What time is it? Good Lord. It's 7:52. We're going to draw soon, folks. I got 8 knives left. You know what I should do? Let me open these pouches up, get rid of some of the budget stuff, and put some more spicy stuff in there. Oh, that's a spicy one. I don't want to replace that one. That's a pretty cool one. I'll leave that in there. There we go. We will replace this one. Ooh, just about ruined it. Replace that one, and I'm just trying to make it more interesting for people who win. Oh, I'll replace that one too. Okay. That's fine. And let me find something fun to put in there. There we go. Perfect. 2 more premium knives have been added to the giveaway pouches. I think I just put like $400 in there. I removed roughly $100 and replaced it with about $400. I appreciate you guys think that I'm generous, but also like to be as real as I can. I just have a lot of stuff that I've been given for free. So the only part that I'm doing is just giving that stuff to you guys. And I want to do it, and I appreciate that you guys are here for it. And it makes me feel good that you think that I'm being like super generous, but also I feel like anybody in my position would do the same thing. Literally any of you in my position, I feel like would do exactly the same thing. So I'm happy to do it, and I love that you guys love it. But I have to be realistic about this. It's stuff that was sent to me that I am just putting in a box and sending out to you guys. And I loved it. My favorite part is just doing the live streams and interacting with you guys. So. Yeah, I have a lot. The box of stuff that I have to give away, I actually pulled it all out and counted it. I have 88 knives to give away. 88! Yeah. So if anything, I'm going a little slow. I should probably speed it up. I will do a live stream where I give away a whole roll. I found some on my shelf that was like a disaster a couple of days ago. I found a bunch of those Civivi rolls that I can tuck like 8 knives into. So I'll do after this is over, and after we do the 500K event, excuse me, which is now the 600K event, I will give away collections. I'll start packing those Civivi rolls with like 8 knives and give those rolls to like a single person. That way we can get some more stuff out there. So when's the 500K? This next week, I will drop an upload detailing all of the knives I'm giving away and the exact date of the giveaway, which will either be Friday or Saturday of next week. Either way, unless something like, if a comet hits the United States next week, obviously I'm not going to do it. But as long as everything is going normal, it'll be Friday or Saturday of next week. And I will reveal all the prizes and all the instructions and all of that. Show the stash right now. Let me get that thing out. Is it here? No. What was this? Okay. Oh, that's it. Okay. Hold on, let me find it. It's all sorted, guys, so I'm... I don't want to mess up my system. Hold on. No. That should be with Boss Dude. Okay, so that needs to be here. I got Neve's stuff, which I definitely need to get through. And if you're like the next reviewer waiting on Neve's stuff, like I'm sorry I'm going so slow, but I will get it there. It's packed away. Oh, here it is. Okay, we're good. So good, guys. So good. The Tri-Stash. Button-operated frame lock. So cool. Beautiful. Extended jimping. Beautiful. Nice size, too. Love it. All about it. Mustache. Subscribe to Tri-State. Excellent human being. Okay, I gotta pee. I'll be right back. Oh, there's 1,000 of you. All right. Well, to the 1,000 people in here, I'll be right back. If it's your first live stream, the chat does confusing stuff when I leave. Sorry. You'll figure it out. Okay. All right, stop! Have you ever danced in the moonlight in another man's skin? No, not recently. Not in this life. Interesting question, though. Thank you. You know what would be really cool? Like if I ever get to a point where I'm curious about having weird custom things made, I think that I would have a custom. This is such a pipe dream, but if I could find somebody to do it, I think I would take the logo and create, like, have somebody make me an actual helmet that I can wear, which I would dedicate to and wear without. I wouldn't even explain it. I would just pop up in videos wearing my helmet and do, like, you know, the Blade HQ walkthroughs and see like what's in the inventory. I'd have to be mic'd up, obviously, because I would imagine that it would be a pretty hollow sound. But I would be interested in having a custom. I mean, that would cost me multiple thousands. But I think that would be super cool, right? Like a legit, like, Dark Souls helmet. To go with my swords and stuff. Face reveal. Man, my face is all over the place. You'll see my face tomorrow morning on the Blade HQ walkthrough. Show us the arch nemesis? Yeah, sure. This is my newest acquisition. It is easily, far and away, the rarest knife in my collection. It's also the most valuable knife in my collection. And it is also the knife that I have paid more for than any other knife. This is a truly one-of-a-kind, but one of 4 with a special blade that will ever be, because Brian Nadeau will not do any more of these. It is a zirconium frame lock, which is very rare, contoured and textured, 100% made in the United States, with zircotite inlays, and most importantly, the legendary weave blade. That is a milled blade. He will not do this anymore because it destroys bits and it is horrifically expensive to do. Apparently very frustrating to do. But this is a legendary piece. Very thankful to have this in my collection. It is truly spectacular and perfect in every way. And it will never, ever leave my possession. It'll literally get passed down to my kids. Whatever they decide to do with it, you know, if I'm gone and they're like, well, let's sell it, fine. But until then, it remains with me. 4 of them exist. That was the final one. I got the details from Kyle. That was the final one made with a weave blade. And pretty special. How much? You'll never know. Because I'm not interested in manipulating secondary market values. I'm not interested in selling it, so it means nothing to me. And I don't want people pricing theirs up because of something Metal Complex said. That would be a disservice to the community, and I am not all about that. I already unintentionally manipulate secondary market values with the things that I hype up, and I don't like that. Nick Shabazz has talked about that. If he gets really excited about something like the Sleesh Bowie, then the secondary market goes nuts. That's not the purpose of this channel, so I would prefer not to disclose what I paid and what I think it's worth. So I hope you guys understand that. I'm trying to make it easier on people who want to buy things that they like on the secondary market. And I saw an arch nemesis on eBay the other day for 10 grand. Just a basic one. I'm not saying it's going to sell for that, but I saw a basic one on eBay for 10 grand. I'm like, man, like, you dick. You did that to the shaman? Maybe. I like the shaman, but I'm like, this is my like hobby journey. I'm just sharing it with you guys, and I'm not intentionally trying to like blow things up. There are plenty of people who think I solely exist to like manipulate the market. And it is an absolutely unintentional side effect of doing a channel like this. There are just things that I like, you know? Some people will take advantage of popularity, you know, but I don't benefit from that. I don't benefit from the secondary market. So I have no horse in that race, and I don't care. And I think some people are really scummy. My patrons will tell you, I don't sell the things that I own for a profit. Like sometimes I sell things that I get for free, but for massive discounts versus retail. because I feel like that's fair. But I'll never take something out of my own personal collection and sell it for whatever the secondary value is. Even my super custom Hermans that I sold to afford this, I sold at discounts. My JK Integra, my Alema Damax Herman, those were sold at discounts versus what they originally went for. That's fair. My Omega Seamaster, I sold for $2,850, which is way less than what they go for. I mean, granted it was used, but that's a bad example because that's not going to go up in value. But the other knives, maybe. It doesn't matter. I'm not. Just the point is, be fair. I'm in a position where I could manipulate, and so you got to be careful with that. You got to be fair. The gentleman who bought my Omega is super happy with it, and he showed me pictures. He's a military guy, and that put a big smile on my face. I'm really glad to have given a good deal to somebody in the military and somebody who's going to love it and enjoy it. This was apparently one of his dream watches, and if that gentleman is watching, thank you so much. Thank you for your service. I'm so happy that went to you, and I'm so happy that you love it. The look on his face, like he was with his buddy, and he was wearing his watch, and I was like, man, that's so cool. So happy that's where that ended up. I know you guys want Excalibur, man. I know, but like, I gotta do the dramatic stuff. I gotta do it. I got clickbait thumbnails to make. I got all this promotional stuff to do. Let me do the influencer thing. Let me do it. It'll be worth it. I know you guys want it. It's an inevitability that some of you will be let down. Some of you will be expecting something that my prototype isn't. And some of you will very much love it. But this was a personal dream of mine. It's not a venture to make money. I will make money off of it. I'm just going to let you guys know. I'm going to make money off of it. But that wasn't the goal. The goal was to create my ideal pocket knife. And then anybody who would also enjoy it, then here's an opportunity to get it, you know? That's the whole goal. But I do want to blow it up. I want people to know about it. So I am being dramatic about it, but it will not be for everybody. Not everybody will love it, and that's okay with me. Oh, wait, I missed a donation there. Sorry. Show Excalibur now, Gypsy. Thanks, the Knight's Edge. Now! Not right now, but thank you for the $2. Bradford Mitchell, thanks for your donation. You have to have your wife play the Lady of the Lake and give you... Dude, Epic Snuggle Bunny literally told me the same thing. Do not go bother Epic Snuggle Bunny, but he's seen it, and he was like, dude, like, here's what you have to do. And he told me that my wife should do... that I should do this whole skit, and my wife should be Lady of the Lake. It's so funny. He has it all mapped out. Are any YouTube creators making knives that are not titanium frame locks? No, hey, just generally curious. I mean, it's a little tricky. So if you want the history on mine, this is actually Plan C for the lock. We tried to, we looked into creating a knife with the Anthem lock first. I said, hey, there can't be a patent that extends beyond the Axis lock with the coil spring Anthem lock, right? And Sergio was like, well, we got to look into it. Because I said, how cool would it be to do an ambidextrous... By the way, there will be right and left-handed versions of my knife. Like, there's a right-handed frame lock version and a truly a left-handed frame lock version. I'm not leaving lefties out. I'm dedicated to that. I preach it all the time. I'm gonna cater to lefties. It'll be part of the pre-order. But I said, why not do an ambidextrous lock? Let's do the coil spring Anthem lock. That was such an ingenious thing that Benchmade did. It was so underappreciated. Turns out there's an extended patent on that. We can't do it. So I thought, let's do a titanium compression lock. The first titanium compression lock ever. Because the patent has ended on that. That would have required at least an additional 6 months of testing to make sure that they could get that geometry right. That's real risky. Expensive, risky. So I thought, let's do a V1 frame lock. Because we can do that. Kunmu's got that down. They got a good frame lock. Maybe in the future we experiment with different things. The reason that so many people are going with the frame lock is because we have that formula down. Most companies who are reputable can do a good titanium frame lock. And also, you get that expected crispy release, the thwack, right? You get reasonable lockup and strength for what people normally do with a knife. You know? I wanted to avoid Omega Springs. There you go. You got the history there. Have you looked at, we look at Kunmu's budget brand Iron Flat. Yeah, I have a review of the YOLO coming up. That's a great knife. For $69, giggity. I feel like that was on purpose. Had to be. $69 on the dot. Is my knife a folder or a fixed blade? It's a folder. It's an integral folder in Vanax. Kun was the OEM. I officially announced that. I know a lot of you guessed that, but I had not officially announced that until earlier in the live stream. But yeah, officially Kunmu is the OEM. They do such a great job. They're so like particular about their heat treat. And they use like alternate excellent steels. Like it's like PM60 and Vanax. Like people aren't doing that. It's cool. That's what enthusiasts love. We like the different stuff, right? It's cool. Their manufacturing process is superb. Most recent knife I bought, technically the Bodacious, but also bought the Ator. I have a custom from Burn Knives that I'm about to finish paying for. It'll be done in August. And I also have a Dalibor custom that'll be done in August. And then I also have the Sakosha pre-ordered. And the lesser known, what's the other integral that's coming out through Custom Knife Factory? They released a new version of it. I also have that one. I got a lot of stuff. I'm always buying stuff or pre-ordering stuff. Partially to keep the content going and partially, you know, because I'm a legitimate knife nut. What time is it? What time is it? Woo! We gotta get this going, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta get the ball rolling here. Let me scoocheroo these bad boys off to the side. Some of these are gonna be down here still in frame. Hey. You can get the Invictus Auto right now. Did you guys know that? Not this version. I have a special one from the Gathering 12 with a green button, but you can buy this. They got the red button version available in Magna Cut. Mine is in the lowly... What is this? Probably 154 cm. There are only 100 of these, but you can buy the Invictus. This is one of ProTech's best autos. The Prometheus Design Works Invictus, which I have another version of it here in Terravantium. The cobalt-based composition. Anyways, you guys should look into that if you like ProTech stuff. There's a fun ProTech. The Sapphire Blue Godfather. Love that ProTech does that. Love it. How many of you have the S-Tau 2? Good Lord. ProTech. Arguably their best knife. Much more expensive, but for good reason. They really went all out on this guy. This is, I think, that's Kunmu's best creation ever. The S-Tau 2. In the DLC, shiny DLC Vanax, contoured tie, Timascus, double pivot collars, full milled clip, beautiful honeydew texturing. What's in my pocket today? My prototype. Okay, if you're not new, you know the drill. If you're new, you have to do this. There are 1,135 people in here currently. At least a couple hundred of you are probably new. If you're chatting right now, if you're in chat, that does not enter you. We do things a little differently here. A little bit. There's a link in the description. You need to open the description, click on that link, and you need to leave your comment under that video. I'm not trying to sell you anything. There's no tricks. I'm not trying to get you to join any programs that cost money. Literally, that's all you have to do. Just leave your comment. There's a video explaining the rules. It's pretty straightforward, right? Just leave your comment. Keep it PG. Don't use like 30 alts to increase your chances, because I look at that now. Had somebody manipulating that system, and I'm aware of it. So don't do that. Just, if you got one alt or you got family members, that's fine. Just leave your comment. You're good to go. Okay, we're going to draw here in just a sec. I'm looking at this picture right now. I'm going to show this off. This is really random. So if you've seen my office, my office is decorated with my kids' artwork. And my son likes to draw me random things from Super Mario Bros. He drew me a Spiny. This was actually a couple years ago. He drew me a Spiny from Super Mario World or Super Mario 3. Really good. Good depth. Like, very obviously the Spiny. Just love that. Just fill in time while we wait for people to enter. My office is not what you would consider a professional YouTuber office. I've intentionally chosen to decorate it with my kids' artwork, and I absolutely love it. Show us, do you want to see more kid drawings? Okay, let's see. What's another good one here? Here we go. Here's a great one. Oh, that one's really stuck in there. We have Sonic the Hedgehog here. Sonic the Hedgehog. I feel like that's a really accurate Sonic the Hedgehog. As a kid, I would always try to draw Sonic the Hedgehog, and I was not good at it. But my son has really captured the essence of Sonic here. So, really, really cool. Stick that one back up here. Oh, I have a Luigi from my daughter. Hold on. Here we go. Luigi. My daughter's younger. Here's Luigi from my daughter. Pretty great. Again, I don't think I could draw this. She's 5. I gotta. Oh boy, I can't even reach that now. I'll put this one right here. And I don't know, I feel like my son drew this. It's just simple. I think he drew this when he was 3. It's a Pokeball. Accurate, right? Simple, but accurate. Correct. Oh, here's a great one. He drew, so I gave him a Balisong trainer, just for fun, and he drew it. So here's his Balisong trainer. Again, accurate with the pivots, right? And the holes, all of that. Accurate Balisong trainer. Really proud of this stuff. I look at it every day. Okay, it's time. Where's the iPad? I'm glad you guys are appreciating the artwork. I love looking at my kids' artwork. Man, it's so cool. Let's pull up the entry video. Give me a sec. Oh, we gotta log in. Sorry. I have to pay for this now, so it makes me log in every now and then. Okay. Here's the comment picker website. Logged in. We're going to refresh the page. This is a third-party site that's going to pull specifically from the comments under the video that I had you guys enter. This is the whole reason for it. Just very controlled. There's the actual link. You're welcome to check it. If you don't trust me, that's fine, especially if you're new, right? Why are you going to trust some random guy on YouTube who says he's giving away knives, right? I mean, you'll know that you'll learn that I'm trustworthy soon, but if you're new, of course, you got to make sure, right? So pause the video, check that link, that's fine. We're going to filter duplicate users. We're going to scroll down here to get the total amount of comments before it pulls. And we're going to zoom up on that just so you guys know where the counter's at. I think there's 1,200 or 1,300 comments, which makes sense with about 1,200 people in here. A few people leave for one reason or another, that's fine. Oh, 1,400? Ooh, more. Whoa, 1,557 comments. Slight increased chance for people not to be here, which is fine. We'll just move on if they're not here. Got to be live in chat to actually claim it. Is that the right date on the video? God, that was a lot. Well, did I pull the right date? Hold on. We're going to do it again. I got a lot of these videos. I just got to make sure. That's a lot. Like the number of people who are live versus who's in here. We got to check this. Seven 1923. Yeah, I guess so. We're gonna do it again just to make sure. Otherwise, we're wasting time. Refresh comment picker. Okay, there we go. Let's check the date this time on the link. There it is, 7/19/23. So we're correct. Do it one more time here. Just gotta make sure. I know it's annoying, but I don't want to waste anybody's time. It's a lot of comments. $1,573. Okay. 2 winners tonight. The first winner. David Grimm, 7087. Good luck, everyone. Purple D. That's what we're looking for in chat. David Grimm, make yourself known. Oh, did I put 2023? Nuh-uh, is that what it said? Wait, is that what the link said? Hold on, let's see if he's here. It's probably just a mess up in the title. Ha! Hold on, let's see if he's here. We'll know. Like, if the guy's actually here, then we'll know it's the right video. Oops. It's the right video. He's here. Okay, so see, it's just my goof up in the title. All right, slow down and let him talk. I'll get the knives out. Slow down, let him. That was my fault. I titled it incorrectly. God dang, even my memory tells me that that said 2024. Here they are. All right, David, you got 8 knives. You get to pick 2, 1 to 8. Stupid YouTuber not knowing what year it is. Here, let me change I'll alter the title after I get it. 1 and 7. David, I got you. I'm gonna alter the title of that video so that people stop making fun of me because I'm sensitive. Yeah, I did. I put 7/19/23, idiot. Okay. The title of that entry video is now altered. Good lord. Sorry. If you reload it, it'll be correct now. All right, 1 and 7. So he wants 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we got 2 here. What do we got? Number 1. Ah, this is the Dogfish. Yeah, this is the newest version with the micarta scales. Kaiser knife in probably 154. No, it's Nitro V. I'm pretty sure this is the Dogfish. Definitely a cool button lock. Lots of means of deployment here, including the reverse flick. So very cool. And then your second knife is, oh, one of the ones that I added. This is a super expensive knife from, oh, it's got the Sagaya pattern on it. This is titanium and M390, all black from, it's number 2, number 151. God dang it, what is that retailer? Help me out. Matsy. Yeah, the Matsy from, what is the retailer that sells this? Urban EDC, thank you. Yeah, definitely an expensive knife. That's the one that's one of the ones I added right at the end there. So, congrats on those two. Those are yours. Please email me at metalcomplex87@gmail.com with your first and last name, your shipping information, and the exact knives that you want. Very important to include the exact knives that you want. But also, people also forget to tell me what their name is. Don't post it in chat. Send it to me, though, so I can put your name on the shipping information. Email all that stuff to me. Don't worry if I don't email you back until Friday. That's when I do my shipping. I promise it's not a scam. That's just when I do it. It's Friday of every week, so you'll get your tracking, all of that. Congratulations. You'll also get any original packaging that these came with. Sometimes retailers send the original packaging and sometimes they don't. So you'll get whatever, whatever they sent. These are yours. Okay, we got 6 left. Second winner tonight is Joe Rice 9724. Hi everyone, got my first Malibu. Can't put it down. Congrats, that's awesome. But also congrats for winning. Red J. That's who we're looking for, Joe Rice. Hold on, Lee. He has had like 2 seconds. Give him a sec. Pink or Red J? Make yourself known in chat. There he is. Joe Rice, right there. He's here. Give me 2 numbers, 1 through 6, and they're yours. I got you, Joe. I see you. Slow down, let him pick. Slow down, chat. I got you, bud. My chat's a little delayed, so I see you. Give me your numbers and I'll show you what you want. He's still, my chat is still showing that he's screaming here. Sorry, my chat's delayed. Two and three. 2 and 3. What do we got? Woo! You got one of the spicy boys here. We got is that S90V? Oh yeah. Titanium textured S90V pyrite with the sand polish. One of the good ones with an actual sand polish. Much higher polish. Very near mirror polish on this guy. Beautiful, beautiful knife. Trying to showcase that polish there. Absolutely wonderful. One of the best versions of the pyrite that exists. About 200 bucks. Congrats. Very nice. Your second one. Dude, did you get 2 nice ones? I think so. Concept. I forget what this is. But this is... Oh, is it the... Cryo? In S35VN and marble carbon fiber. So you got 2 awesome ones there. Congrats. Probably about at least probably 350. I don't know what these. It's about 350 bucks for the knives. Great pulls. Excellent pulls. Super duper lucky there. Nice bronze accents. What does the cryo go for? Very good. Lot of value. Lot of value. Please email me at metalcomplex87@gmail.com with your first and last name, your complete shipping information, and the exact knives that you won. Again, Don't worry if I don't email you back at all. Don't worry if I'm totally silent until Friday of next week. I will email you. Everyone who has ever won anything on this channel, some of them are in chat right now, has received their knives. Don't worry at all. Give me your first and last name, your shipping information, the exact knives that you want, and I'll give you your tracking information, everything next Friday. Congratulations. 2 great pulls there at the end. That's great. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, whatever's in those last 4 pouches, I will go through them. And if they are all or partially budget knives, I will replace them all with premium knives. That way, whoever wins the final 4 knives, you are guaranteed premium knives. It's fun to have a mixture in there while we kind of dwindle it down, but it's not interesting if the last 4 knives are just budget knives. And I know you guys like budget knives, but it's always fun to give away stuff that's premium, especially if I have a lot of premium knives, which I do. I have thousands of dollars of premium knives sitting there that need a home. So I'll give them to you. All right. Congrats to the winners. Let me move this. Gonna hang out for a bit. It's just me at home right now. The kiddos are usually Fridays. The kiddos hang out at Grandma's house to have dinner. Very thankful that they have both grandmas and both grandpas still in their lives. And they're currently at one of Grandma's houses for dinner. So that's fine. It's hangout time for us. Oops. Okay, that's fine. That's pretty good, right? Alien back here. There we go. All right, we're going to do a little bit of a casual hangout here at the end. If you were just here for the giveaway, that's fine. The giveaway is over. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being a part of it. I appreciate it. You are under no obligation to stay. Any additional time in this live stream will be spent doing casual chat after party, so to speak. But I am going to go to the bathroom again, so I'll be right back. Oops, that Sonic is a bit low. Sonic, we gotta get you up higher there, big guy. I'm only 5'11" and a half. I can't reach that high. All right. All right. How many people are in here? 598. Oh. What, you guys were expecting something else to happen at the end? Like the title suggested? Like the thumbnail suggested? I mean, come on. I'm known for clickbait, right? Well, you know what? If I put it in there specifically, maybe I am obligated. Maybe those of you who do hang out at the end deserve a little bit of a special treat. You probably all noticed I was intentionally avoiding talking about, requests to see the thing that you all expected to see tonight, right? That was on purpose. The thumbnail's on purpose. The title's on purpose. So the reason that I have set this up this way is because I didn't want tonight to be the official world reveal. But I did want to treat people who do hang out, who know that there's always a little bit extra. I know there's a lot of old school, you know, channel followers who hang out at the end and they don't really care if they win anything. And so I wanted to say thank you to you guys and a lot of the patrons, especially because I know there's a lot of patrons in here who like to hang out. They did receive their own little sneak peeks there, so I want to try to reward everybody specifically. Out of, you know, I've got 625,000 followers, but there are a few hundred of you who really go out of your way to like be involved with this channel, and so tonight I did want to do something special for you guys. So I just want you to know there will be an official reveal for this, like a channel reveal. I fully expect screenshots of what I'm about to show you to be shared all over the internet, and that's fine. But I will do an official reveal. I'll do a separate video that explains all the giveaway items, and then we'll do the giveaway. But I am going to show you guys the good stuff. So we're gonna build this up a bit. We're gonna move some things again. You know. You know that you guys are the crowd that hang around after the end credits because you know there's something special coming, right? Everybody who didn't hang around is gonna regret it. You guys are gonna get, you know, people are gonna get messages like you missed it. You left and you missed it. So I want to showcase a few knives in particular. And the reason I'm showcasing these knives is because I want you guys to understand the influence behind my design, where it came from. Because inevitably, when I release this to the world, everybody's going to say, he copied this or that. And the truth is I drew inspiration from many, many different things. Where's the last one? Many different things. Is it 5? Let me look around. I feel like there were 6. I drew inspiration from all the knives that are deployed. This was intentional. I'm not trying to hide this at all. A long-time knife enthusiast who has very much enjoyed specifically what I consider to be the Holy Trinity. Chris Reeve, SNG, Mixed Strider, and Rick Hinderer. A lot of influence there. But I also, over the years, drew inspiration through my love of the Ritter Hogue and the Shaman. So I think now, when I share this with you guys, you'll understand how I came to the conclusion that I did. So anyways, I don't want to keep talking. This is the first time anybody's ever seen this, like outside of a few very close friends, but this is a 98% completed prototype. There's a couple of small details, but this is essentially what it is. This is the Metal Complex and Kunwu Excalibur. And it is quite literally a combination of everything that I have come to love from these designs laid out on the table. And I wanted to specifically provide context here so that you understood exactly where my motivation behind the design came from. Because these designers absolutely deserve 100% recognition. Because I could not have designed this without enjoying these magnificent products. This is DLC Vanax, polished DLC Vanax. It's contoured, textured titanium. We, of course, have some Kunwu elements here, including the Timascus pivot collar, the Timascus pocket clip. And I want everybody to know that this is got some options on it, but this is not the only version of this knife that will be available. I also have, and I'll pull it out here real quick, a non-DLC version. These are right-handed frame lock versions, by the way. But there will be left-handed versions as well. But for people who do not want the DLC version, you'll also have the option of just a standard satin finished one. I wanted the ergonomics. I wanted the Shaman ergonomics, but I also wanted the Hinder elements. I wanted some of the straighter lines of the Umnumzan. I wanted, this is, by the way, 8.5 inches with a 3.5 inch cutting edge. The current prototype is 125 thousandths, and it is super slicey. I'm not dead set on that, but I am overjoyed with the ergonomic lines. It is phenomenal in terms of ergonomics, and I'm very, very happy to have achieved exactly what I wanted there. It is so comfortable, both in the standard hammer grip and the choked up grip. I've included thumb studs for people who like thumb studs, and those are the stops. One of the changes that are going to be made are the actual housing for the stops. Currently, there are no housings, but there will be. and there will also probably be a different closed position stop. But I did include double over travels for no other reason than I just enjoy the aesthetic of the LBS. So the LBS and the lock bar stabilizer, I'm sorry, the LBS and the lock bar insert are both over travels. So it's overkill in that department. Sorry, got my hand in the way there. But you'll be able to easily reverse flick this knife, thumb flick it with the hole. You'll be able to pinch open it. You'll be able to reverse flick it with the thumb stud. You'll be able to deploy it with the thumb stud. It's all there. Action is very good, very Kunwu. But this is the baby. This is the 98% completed baby. It is, I mean, it's very clearly, that's why I wanted to do this. I wanted you guys to see, this is how I came to this conclusion. It is exactly what I, gas station knife, Derek. Thank you. It is exactly what I said that I would create 5 years ago when I created that series called, you know, the quest for the ultimate folding knife. It is almost exactly what I said I wanted, and it's finally come to fruition. Without being a perfect copy of anything, it is truly a combination of my favorite elements here. Now, I gotta be honest with you guys, I have not been reading chat. I've just been talking and trying to present this thing to you. The entire thing, by the way, is true DLC if you choose the DLC option, which again, the pre-orders and stuff, that's down the road, right? There's going to be tons of different options that are not talked about yet. There's no lanyard hole. I specifically said no lanyard hole. The one that I'm giving away, by the way, is this one. This will be the one that you guys will be able to enter and win. And it does have a Timascus pocket clip and Timascus pivot collar. But this will be the one that will be it's very quick there on the release. But this will be the one that you guys will be able to win. It'll be truly unique because it's one of two prototypes that exist in this 98% form, but fully usable. No, I deleted the front. They requested, they suggested a front flipper, and I deleted it. No front flipper. I'm aiming for 400 to 425 on the full integral versions. But I'm also aiming to make a much less expensive version of it in LMAX and sandwich construction, targeting right around 250 for people who don't want an integral and also who might just want to pay less. Down the road, perhaps, we will do a budget version. I'm also looking into getting my logo on the pivot. That's not a promise. There might be the Knight helmet on the pivot. Scale of 1 to 10. Scale of 1 to 10. I want you guys to be completely honest. You guys are my core group. I want you guys to be totally honest. Where am I at? Scale of 1 to 10. Oh my god, my ego is soaring right now. Pure honesty, that's what I want. 8.5 inches, 3.5 inches of cutting edge, 3.75 inches of blade. Hell yeah. That's what I wanted to hear, guys. I went for that kind of 2012, 2013 aesthetic, but like with a modern take on materials. Vanax, DLC. The idea being that if you had a titanium frame and titanium everything, you know, and you had a Vanax blade, it should still be looking good 20 years down the road. I did specifically request that the fuller extend out from the opening hole. That's a super comfortable opening hole. I made sure, I said that's got to be really comfortable. People really need that to be comfortable. But I did request they extend this out. The spine is crowned, and you do have functional jimping out to a reasonable point here, so you can make use of this. All the little things that I nitpicked. Thumb studs are large and easily accessible. This area back here, on the final versions, will not be rounded. It'll be more like this. See how there's housing? It's not present here currently. You can see kind of where that's contacting. We want to try to mitigate that a little bit by having housing for the stops. And ideally, this will also contact the titanium frame, giving it 3 points of contact. Not any indication that it's stronger than any other frame lock, but should be, you know, very good. Also, in its current form, it is ridiculously slicey. I'll give you a presentation of that here real quick. This is a laser beam. We are hyper good to go in that department. We have made sure that this is a performer. There you go. Not a joke. It's the real deal. Trying to cover all those spots there. You are more than welcome to screenshot this and share it across social media. That's perfectly fine. I am not going to pretend like I'm going to forbid people from doing that. You guys are the first people to see it. But to specifically Doug Ritter, Rick Hinder, Sal Glesser, Chris Reeve, and Mick Strider, I 100% took inspiration from your iconic designs. I'm not going to pretend for a second that I didn't do that. I love these knives. I have praised these knives on my channel. They are some of my favorite knives in existence. And if they didn't exist, I would not be able to, I wouldn't have been able to design my knife. So I'm not going to pretend for a second that this is like cooked up specifically in my head and that it's totally unique. No. I took inspiration from some of my favorite knife makers ever. And I want to deliver this package to the people who have supported this channel. That is genuinely what I wanted to create, and I'm very happy to have this culminate, because Kunwu delivered. They did what they said they were going to do. I hope you guys are excited. I'm going to do my best to provide reasonable price points for you guys. I'm going to do a fair pre-order. I'm not going to, you know, I'm in a position where I probably could manipulate this and really make a killing, but that's not the goal. I want this in the hands of people who want it. That's my goal. So, it will be just a bit until the pre-order is available. I will provide details on when that's going to be, but it's going to take time to make sure that this is fair, and also to make sure that I have as many different options and, you know, things that I can for everybody. I don't know about delivery times. We haven't worked that out. I have a lot to talk about with Kunwu. A lot of this weighed heavily on just me getting this V3 prototype and confirming that it was in fact what I had envisioned. And now that it's there, I'm comfortable sharing it with you guys. But there's still a lot of stuff to work out. Oh, I mean, like, I would say it's not years. We're talking about months. Like, we're talking about, like, a few months, probably, to be able to release, like, information on pre-order, and then actually getting it in your hands, maybe months after that. But it's not like this extended, crazy thing, you know? I'm not going to say it's years. It's not years. We're talking months. So. Yeah, Kunwu has, like, they got their element here. But I told him, I said, I really want it clean. I want this to be a beautiful thing to look at from the show side and from the non-show side. So there's no branding or anything, you know? And I would prefer, if they do put Vanex on the blade, for it to be incredibly small. I really wanted the presentation. Also, the pocket clip has been knocked down at the edges and it's very short. That's a big deal to me. I left the back area here blank on purpose because I think it's a really clean look. This is a really nice, semi-aggressive but not super aggressive texturing. It's meaningful, right? It's comfortable in your bare hands. Very, very satisfying on the deployment. Very clean. It's definitely a larger, more robust feeling knife. The originals were 9 1/4, and I said that's too big. We got to back off a bit. I'm so happy. It means so much to me that you guys, for the most part, are enjoying how this came out. It was a lot of work. Weight on the integral, I believe, is 5.6 or 5.8. It's pretty heavy, and it is balanced more towards the center of this area right here. The balance point is right here, which is back from the pivot. It is possible that I will increase the thickness of the spine on the blade, which, you know, will not make it quite as slicey, but it'll change the balance. But the whole goal there is to increase tip durability for people who go out and use this. The idea with this knife is that people go use it. I do not want this to be an item that people collect and manipulate on the secondary market. I want enough of these made that people are not doing that, trying to flip them. But that's really hard to combat. We have a limit to how many of these we can make, and I will continue to try and release this, you know, in coordination with Kunwu to the best of my ability. But yeah. We will probably do, if I can do it, we'll do a combo logo. So like if they can actually do it, and I'm not promising, but we would do a shadow helm. Anybody in chat has the shadow, Big Jimpin has the shadow helm logo. So it'll be the simplified MC helmet logo on the pivot, and then the Kunwu pivot on the other side, because they made it. But outside of that, I want no billboarding. Somebody's gonna win this guy, though. Somebody's gonna win the clean one. Very smooth, perfect. For what you're gonna be using to deploy it, perfect detent. Comfort's there. Big without feeling too big. It'll be slicey either way. No, I don't want the branding. You guys are people are gonna know this is mine. I don't need to put metal complex all over the blade. I don't need to do that. I want people to have this knife and enjoy it without having to look at my big, stupid YouTube channel thing all over it. I criticize that all the time. I want a clean knife. No hardware, no lanyard hole, clean, contoured, textured, diamond titanium. Clean. But I want to emphasize this. This is not a unique design. This is a design that we've seen a million times before. It's just subtle elements all being included in one thing. So I make no claim that this is a first of anything. It's simply a combination of winning elements according to what I criticize on this channel. That's the only thing I could ever hope to deliver. The pocket clip is a little pinchy, and it is going to drag on that texture. It's possible we can get a bald spot, since we will have right and left hand specific versions. It's possible we can get a little bald spot under there, and I'll see what I can do. You want the MC helmet on the box? I thought would be cool, because I like Kunwu's box. I want to see, and I'm not going to make any promises, but I think it would be cool to deliver in this box, but the colors are reversed. So we do a gold box and a silver shadow MC helmet. What do you guys think about that? Like a gold loot box. Like you got through the dungeon. You got the legendary loot. Like a shiny gold box. Simple. You're not paying any more for the packaging, but a gold box, silver MC helmet. I feel like that. I don't want to go too crazy on the packaging. I don't want anybody paying any extra for the box. You're just going to look at it once and go, neat, and then that's it. Right? Simple packaging. We'll see. I'm not making any promises. The knife is the knife. What you'll get is very, very close to this. 98%. Subtle changes. Put the lanyard hole in the box. I don't know about stickers. That'd be cool. I don't know if I can get that done. I can't. All I can promise is that the final product will be 98% to this, and there will be many more options. We are discussing doing ultimate versions, and those will be limited. We will have some spectacular versions, some very spectacular versions, but those will be hyper limited because we simply cannot make a lot of those. And those will be very expensive. So if you are a collector and you want the crazy, we're going to do a few crazies, but we're going to do a lot of these, and I'm going to try to do a lot of the halfway ones where it's sandwich construction. What am I calling her? The Excalibur. That's the Excalibur. Really happy. Could not be happier. Really delivered. I've been playing with this was the 3D model of the final prototype. My kids have been playing with it. I doled the tip so that they couldn't hurt themselves because it was really sharp. And they chipped it, but this was the thing I had for months, waiting for the final V3 prototype. Torture. The shaman. I know, I figured people would say he just copied the shaman, but that's why I'm laying these out. I want this screenshot. I know people are going to screenshot this. I want this screenshot out there. I want people to understand, oh, it's actually way more than just one knife. You can see the inspiration in the handle for the Umnum. You know? You can see, like, one of my favorite hinders of all time, you can see a lot of influence here. Even in the Ritter Hogue. It's got the same amount of cutting edge as the Ritter Hogue, but I added that forward choil. It will not baton. Let me make that very clear. This knife will not, but don't baton with it. It won't, dude. It's a frame lock. Kunwu makes a great frame lock. Don't baton with it. It's not going to do that. I'm really glad that you guys are excited, and I really hope that it was close to what you expected. I know that a lot of people probably had a lot of different expectations, but I think if you've been watching my channel for a really long time, you probably had something similar cooked up in your head. You probably knew it was going to be right around here. It's not going to be for everyone. Nope. Absolutely not. I created the perfect knife for me. And what I expect from a knife and what I love about a knife is not the same as everybody. So I didn't seek to cater to everyone. But I figured that this would be, there would be a lot here for a lot of people. The Dutch boys would definitely. I fully expect to see people on YouTube, if they pick it up, to they'll be like, the MC knife is terrible, it won't baton. Like, that's why I did this. Like, I wanted this to be an organic, live, like soft reveal. So that people could be like, dude, he did a live stream and talked about all of this, Because that's going to happen. I can't stop it. I can just give context, When is it available? So hopefully within a couple of months we'll have the pre-order. Maybe sooner. It could be much sooner. But I have to talk with. I can't make these promises without talking with Kunwu. I got to talk with Sergio. And we got to, because they have tons of projects. Like, it's not just me, and their existence is not centered around this YouTuber that they've decided to work with. Like, I have to respect that they are a company and are trying to do their own things, and so we just all have to. I can't just command this to come into existence. We have to get ready to go. They have to actually make them. Right now, there are only 3. They insisted on making one with a lanyard hole just to see if I'd like it. So technically, there are 3. They kept that one. But I have the 2 without lanyard holes, and they will not have lanyard holes moving forward. I'll surprise use. Is that a frame lock? Well, it is a frame lock, yeah. But we went through two different locks. We tried to do different locks and different things. And in the future, this might have a different lock. This is V1. This is Excalibur original. This is Excalibur base form. In the future, there'll be Excalibur 2, 3. We'll probably, I don't know what we'll call it, you know, but in the future, we might evolve it. But this is the base design. And I expect it to be a thing on this channel for a bit. I did. We talked about doing a compression lock. We talked about doing a titanium compression lock in an integral, which would have been two firsts. The first compression lock in an integral and the first titanium compression lock, but that will require a lot of testing. It would be really cool to do a compression lock on this in the future, but that's real tricky. This is an integral frame. Shark lock on the next one. I have to collab with Demco. I'm open to collabing with different people and experimenting and doing fun things. You know, it depends on who's, you know, people are more or less likely to get involved based on what, you know, if there's a benefit for them. So this might always be just me and Kunmu. It might be me and Kunmu and another designer who, you know, we'll see. Long road ahead for this. This is just the beginning. I'd love the idea of doing, in fact, you know, I told myself I wasn't going to do this, but I'll show you guys the XL. The one with the front flipper that I vetoed. I do have the V2 here in 9 1/4 inches. And it has the front flipper, and this is the one that I said that's too big and I want to change a lot of stuff. But that's the big boy. And we have, I think they did raindrop on this. This is one I've been carrying and just like testing and making sure. But a lot of stuff is different on this one, right? This is an unrefined V2 prototype with a front flipper. And it would be cool to do a big boy in the future, you know? The lock bar access is not nearly as good on this one. The lock bar access on the current one has been dramatically refined. This is like perfection without having to deepen this. You have perfect lock bar access. But this is still plenty, you know, like this is still plenty big without being monstrous, right? So we reduced it just a little bit. But a big boy might be down the road. I know you guys would like, there's always going to be people who want a bigger one. If I do a bigger one, it'll be 9.25. If I do a smaller one, it'll be 7.5. And I know people will have size preferences. This original one is meant to cater to as many people as possible, but in the future, it'll be fun to potentially cater to people who want a larger one or a smaller one, you know? I have to keep the monster ones because those are channel history. So there's actually a V1 prototype, which at some point I will reveal. It's very similar to this one, but with flat, non-textured or non-contour titanium. Eventually, I'll show that one just as part of the history of it. But this is a history of my channel. So I want to keep these for reference. 7.5, 8.5, and 9 1/4 would be my ideal 3 sizes. Small, not really small. It would be medium, large, and XL. Kyle, what's up, man? I just revealed my design. I feel like you would appreciate a lot about this. Shiny DLC was a must. And these are the main influence here. I haven't really showcased this closed up. So closed up, I feel like it was a balance of creating this area here. I wanted these lines to all follow as close as possible, so you can see how close we got here. But it was also very important to me that you had 100% access to this area here. This had to be very clean. and very accessible. So while the lines aren't perfect, they accentuate ergonomic comfort in the open position. And in the closed position, I got about 90% of where I wanted to be. Very accessible, very open, very clean looking. The fuller is not a gunk trap. We did that. We were very careful about that. This area down here, very clean. Transition into this area here. Nice full choil. This area from here to here, I said, let's knock that down. This was a big change to this one. This was too confining right here. This was here or here. This one, much softer. This gives you a little bit more, right? You could be here, here, here. I wanted that. Nice and open, smooth, easy, almost radiused right here at the edges. This is my ideal diamond texturing too. Where will I put my gunk? You'll have to find another place for your gunk. You send me one for review. There will 100%. I've already had a couple of other content creators who got to see it a little bit early. Say, send me out one for review, and there will be a sample going around. Ideally, a couple of samples going around to just people who want to check it out. It's just one. There's just one. There's 2 screws. I mean, if you ever want to there's no reason to take the clip off, but it's T8. Everything's T8. Pivot is T8, and there's just one. That's it. It's an integral. It's easy. If you want to take it apart and clean it, it's easy. Friendly. This was friendly. Didn't want to overcomplicate it. Friendly knife. Collect it, put it on a shelf, carry it, use it, whatever you want. It's broad. It's on bearings. It's on bearings. I considered washers, but bearings, I think bearings is the right choice. Vast majority of people, I think, will be happy with bearings. It's very smooth. Right out of the box. I got this today. DLC one's almost fall shut. This guy, which I just tapped there, sorry. This guy, even closer. Super close. Oh, the music ended. Here, we'll just rewind it. Man, so pumped. It feels good to finally have revealed this. To finally, showcase this. This area right here, I specifically wanted this to look 2013, 2014 Hinder with the double. This also hopefully will add a little area of customization for people because I think this is a standard size LBS. So it's possible that you'll be able to swap this out. Maybe. But very typical LBS size. This one right here is mine. That's what I'll be EDCing just to test it for myself. Yeah, your baby's out there, Kyle. Price will be $400 to $425 ideally. I will profit from this. I will make money on this. But that wasn't the goal. So I have no idea if this will be available at other retailers. We have not even come close to working out those details. Probably the pre-order will be specific to Kunwu, so. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the relief cut being on the inside. And I know people have different feelings about that. Some people like how it looks. I don't know why, but I like just a plain cutout on the outside. And I feel like probably more people would prefer it on the inside. But that would have been a little tricky considering that this is an integral. So they would have had to find a way to mill that all in one piece, right? The whole frame it's one piece of titanium. So, a little tricky. Texture is under clip for this prototype, but it's possible we can get a little bald spot milled out because the clip is obviously detachable, so they could mill these with a little bald spot under there. So it should be, ideally, it would be ideal. That's the thing. You don't necessarily have to break the $400 barrier, because if it goes the way that I plan, we'll have a $250 version that's sandwich construction for, number one, people who don't want an integral, and number two, people who don't want to drop $400 on a knife like this. We'll try to do a less expensive version. That one would probably end up being an LMAX. Will we do a Damastil variant? Ideally, yes, but I can't promise that. I don't know yet. So. Currently, the blade stock is 125 thousandths. I have requested that we go slightly thicker just to increase the tip durability, because I know people will use this. I love the slicing performance, but I'd really like this to be just slightly more durable. Van-X, I think, is a really great all-around steel, but it's not necessarily incredibly tough. So we'll see. Steel is Van-X. Van-X on this version. On the sandwich construction one, if that does come to fruition, would probably have to be LMAX to get it down to the price point that I want. I don't have a pre-order date. I'm glad you guys, I know I keep saying this, but I'm really glad that you guys are excited, because I'm very excited. 1/4 inch. This will not be my only design. I have other very secret designs in my mind, and those are over a year away, but I have crazy shit. I've done the practical one. I will definitely make a spaghetti wizard. My next design, even if it's over a year away, will definitely be called the Spaghetti Wizard, and it will be the polar opposite of this. It will be absurd. It will be the stupidest combinations of all the stuff that I love that is not practical. We'll go mirror opposite. Okay, it's 2 hours. We've had plenty of time for people to see it, to ask questions. There will be an official reveal on the channel. I'll cover most of the stuff I covered here. More importantly, I will cover the things in probably yet another video, all the different giveaway items, including this special boy right here. And then we'll do the big giveaway next weekend. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me. I hope you all have an excellent rest of your Friday evening and an excellent rest of your weekend. Bye.